We're going to simplify, which really means we're going to add what's in these parentheses plus what's in these parentheses. When there is addition or a positive in front of parentheses, frankly, you're just removing the set of parentheses. So I'm going to take this negative 2t squared plus 7t and just bring that down because there's nothing in front here. Technically, there's a times positive 1, but when you multiply through by a positive 1, none of that changes. And then when you have an addition, I can just remove the parentheses and bring that down. But the reason that we can do that is we're actually distributing the positive through. So if I take positive 1 times negative 3t squared, I get negative 3t squared. Then I take positive 1 multiplied by negative 6t, and I have negative 6t. And then one more here to distribute. A positive 1 multiplied by a positive 5 is a plus 5. But to make it go quickly, you're just thinking if there's a positive in front of the set of parentheses, I'm just going to bring down what's inside of there. Now I do have a little bit of simplifying I can do, combining some like terms. So let's start off with the t squareds. There's negative 2t squareds and there's negative 3t squareds, which makes a total of negative 5t squareds. Okay, moving on to the t's, we have 7t minus 6t's. So if I have 7t's minus 6t's, I end up with 1t. So I have a plus 1t here, plus t. And then the 5 on the end, we don't have any like terms with 5. There's no just plain numbers here. So I'm going to bring down the 5. And we've completely simplified. Now to contrast that really quick, if this is a plus, that's great. I can just take the parentheses off. But if there's a minus, like this one, this negative is going to need to get distributed all the way through. But let's go ahead and start here. We have nothing that we see in front, so it's really a positive 1. So I'm just going to bring down what's inside these parentheses. Technically, it's positive 1 times what's in parentheses, so we get that. Then distributing this negative, a negative 1 multiplied by x squared is negative x squared. And then a negative 1 multiplied by negative 4x. Negative 1 times negative 4x is plus 4x. And then lastly there, negative 1 multiplied by positive 3 is negative 3. But the quick way to think about that is when there's a negative in front of the parentheses, you're just going to go through and change the signs. So that was positive, so now it's negative. That's negative, so it's now positive. That was positive, so now it's negative. Now that we have the parentheses gone here by distributing the sign in the middle through the set of parentheses, we're going to look for things we can combine. 2x squared and a negative x squared, those are like terms. So 2 of these minus 1 of these is 1 of them. So I have 1x squared. Then let's go to the next degree down. We are squared, so now to the x's. We have 4x, but no other like terms with 4x, so I'm just going to bring down the 4x. And then finally, this 6 right here and the negative 3, these are like terms. 6 minus 3 is 3. So my final answer is x squared plus 4x plus 3. So quick reminder one more time, if there's a plus in the middle, when you distribute the plus through, it doesn't change any of the signs, so they just come down. But if there's a negative, when you distribute it, it changes the sign on each one inside of the parentheses.